Here are every secret area in every world in The Sims 4. Willow Creek. In Willow Creek, go to the Foundry Cove neighborhood and there find this secret magical tree. First you need to weave it, then you need to weave it again, then you need to water it, and then you need to water it again and again. After watering you need to discuss nature and again, and after that there opens this little rabbit hole and then you need to explore it. Then you need to follow the sound and then follow downstream and then enter the mist. And after that there is this pop-up which says travel to Glade and you need to travel there. And here you are at the Sulani Glade where you can fish from the pond or from the river or bigger lake. Sometimes you can catch frogs here or collect rocks and just be here and enjoy the little fairy world. Oasis Spring. In this world you need to go to the Desert Bloom Park and you need to make sure that your handiness is at level 10 when you enter in here. And in here is the park area and you travel all the way back and here is this little mine cave opening and you need to break it open with your 10 level handiness skill. After that you need to explore it, then you need to choose the white path and then climb ladder and then step onto the ledge. After that you get the prompt which says travel to grotto and then you click there and then you can travel to the forgotten grotto. And while you are in here you can look frogs, you can use this little toilet in here, you can collect crystals in here when they spawn, or you can fish in here and example find rare fishes that you couldn't probably find anywhere else. Windenburg. In Windenburg there isn't actually any secret areas, but there is a little lore secret at the Windslar. You go here and click the One Haunt Estate property and travel there. And in here you can find two ghosts which have lore based on Windenburg's history, and of course with the Sims lore, here is this Mimsy and here is Bernard. They both can tell you story about the history of the Windenburg, or you can find these little statues in here which you can read and they tell you story about the history. Example in here. So in case you didn't know the BB paintings from these two Sims, they are basically the ghost which lives in this lot. Magnolia Promenade. This hidden area isn't actually in this world, but this area came with the Get Together expansion pack. You need to build a rocket ship so you can travel to the Sixam, or if you have Enchanted by Nature you need to find this magic traveling teleport rock and here you can teleport to the Sixam right away. Sometimes in here in Sixam there could be alien parties which you can travel, but basically you can collect here these all weird objects, new plants, new rocks, maybe find new little aliens, and of course you can find aliens in here which you can talk to. Mount Komorebi. Komorebi doesn't have any secret areas, but there is little cool little detail that only few people know. You need to go to the Yakimatsu and here you can start event called Mountain Climb Excursion. Then after equipping the climbing gear you go to this sliding area and you go all the way to the top where is this rock climbing wall, and here you need to climb to the sign and click here to start the climbing to the Mount Komorebi. And after you make to the silver to this panel you can move on to next stage, and then you are at the new area and then you need to climb up again to this wall until you are at the top of the Mount Komorebi. Or if you have Enchanted by Nature you can just click the teleport stone and travel right away to the Mount Komorebi peak. And here we are, you can use this bush in here, you can just watch the views in here, but probably that you didn't know is that actually when you have finally traveled in here you can start and build a little house in here for free, which is kinda cool. San Myshuno. There isn't actually any secret places, but if you go to the Myshuno meadows, around the meadows there are actually these little memorials that you can read, and from there you can actually read the lore about how the San Myshuno became San Myshuno. Forgotten Hollow. There isn't any secret areas or rabbit holes, but if you go to this lot in here, and here you can see this lake in here here there is a little gravestone which nobody knows whose is it. And also you can find this little altar in here which is kinda creepy. And from this lake you can find the batfish if you have hard time to find it. Brindleton Bay. They have a very interesting little secret area. You need to go to this museum island and here you need to wait that it is night time. In here you need to go to the left from where the museum is, and here you can actually see a secret graveyard which is animal graveyard. And here if you look closely they start to spawn animal ghosts. Also you can visit in here and you can hear if you have new Life and Death expansion pack, light a candle to the graves, which are Sims graves, but at the lore this is animal cemetery, and you can just be here and chill, and this is part of the world's lore, which is explained in another time and in another video. Del Sol Valley and Strangerville doesn't have any secret areas. Well, of course Strangerville have the area, but we're not spoiling it. Sulani. In here you need to go to the Belama, and here you can go actually to this Admiral's wreckage lot. In here you can find this little cave which you can start to explore, and from here you can find the mermaid fruit that you can eat and become mermaid. But what is interesting is that there is actually this little painting in here, and while you are exploring it, it starts to come fit and come together in here. And there is a little lore behind this painting. Usually when you're exploring the caves, there is some kind of a little story what have happened in there, and here you can see that there is now a new piece in the painting, and here when you click there is new interaction that you can do. But unfortunately this is bugged, so you maybe can't accomplish this for 100%, so I can't show you because in my game it's broken, so I can't show you how it looks like. Glimmerbrook doesn't have any secret areas. Of course there is this little magic area, but it's not a secret, or is it? Brightchester doesn't have any secret areas, but if you go to this local bar called Pepper's Pub, from behind it you can find this little rock or mushroom area where sometimes comes these little cult sims, and you can actually join to that cult. I've made a video back then from how you can join to that cult, so you can watch it and see how it goes. Evergreen Harbor doesn't have any secret places. Henford on Bagley. In Finchwick you can go to one of these lots, and here are these little shops that you can click, and here they say window shop, so you can go there and start window shopping all the goods that they are having in there. After that you get the moodlet retail therapy, which gives you happy bonus for your Sims emotions. In Bramblewood you can go to this Isle of Wolpe Park, and in here you can find this big snail statue, and you can click it and it says search, and you can do that. You get there a gift that someone have left there, and after that you can hide item in there for someone else to find out, which can be a nice little storytelling element for your gameplay. In the same park there is this creature keeper's cottage, and you can inspect it, but there isn't anything happening. There is just this little story that they tell. Tartosa have one rabbit hole. You can go to this neighborhood called Porto Luminoso, and behind the marketplace you can find this little building where you can elope immediately to a marriage if you don't want to use or have a wedding for yourself. But it's a little bit bugged for my games, so usually it's not working. Moonwood Mill. In here there are many places that you can explore as a rabbit hole. Example, these sewers you can go and explore. There are these little outhouse toilets or something in here which you can explore. There are these little secret doors that you can explore, and as you can see in here, if you unlock the certain path in there, you can actually after that travel to that part of the world. Example, in here, if I unlock the right path, I can travel straight away from here to the Green Tooth Bar and Punger, where is actually a secret area for only werewolves, and here is the path which you can unlock to travel. And here, if you are werewolf, you can do all the werewolf stuff. Example, practice fitness or play some card. But yeah, this is basically a little minigame that you can do in here. And also you can find lore about other occults, example from spellcasters, vampires, and of course from the werewolves. Copperdale. Copperdale doesn't have any secret areas or kinda cool rabbit holes. Of course, there is this little amusement park in the pier, but well, it's another story. But there are a few little interesting stuff in this pier. Example, if you travel to the left and you can find this little bridge, there is actually this little couch. You can go here and hang around. And in the Prescott Square, you can find this little abandoned house where you can sometimes see a little ghost or little reflection in there. And people are saying that it's this world's founder who's living in their afterlife. San Sequoia has a little interesting rabbit hole. You can go to this Anchor Point Wharf neighborhood, and here you can go to the Anchor Point Library, and here you can see this little movie theater, and actually you can go there and watch some movies in there, and you get the moodlet from there depending on did your sim like the movie or not. Unfortunately, Jape didn't like the horror movie. In the Gilbert Gardens you can go to this community lot recreation center, and right from the community lot you can see this little botanic garden area, and here you can see the sign, and from here you can click it and you can decide do you have walk there or some kind of reflecting walk, maybe power walk, or you can just jog around the Arboretum. Chestnut Ridge. There are a couple rabbit holes or secret areas. Of course, there is this equestrian center which we don't go, but in here at the Galloping Gulch you can basically go wherever lot you want, and in here behind this little house there is a secret cave that you can enter, and that is basically some kind of role-playing cave where basically you just need to confront every enemies that spawns in front of you, and then you just need to make quests so you can enter in there. And this is kinda infinite or long quest or area to conquer, so maybe you need to take your lifespan off so your sim doesn't age, but it's kinda little detail and fun detail. And this was the first case when we had this like new era where they always put some kind of cave to the world, and that way made a lore around the cave areas. Also little detail, if the cave is over there you travel to the right, and here you can see the bridge which have collapsed. Oh, here it was. And sometimes you can see the horse gravestone in here, and sometimes opposite of the bridge you can see the ghost of that horse, and there is a little lore about that. Tomarang. Tomarang has a few rabbit holes. First, let's go to the Moresong, and here you can go to this lot in here, and here is this little sanctum that you can visit, and you get happy moodlet from visiting the temple. At Ko Sahba, behind this lounge, the Screaming Gecko, there is a little temple also. It is called Tiger Sanctuary, and you can visit in there, and also you can support their animal protection, or at night you can sneak into it and find a little lore about that, and also story about the world and why the tigers are so important to this world. When you visit there, there's these little role-playing prompts that you can choose, and depending on that you get the moodlet how your visit went there. And of course we are having lore cave in here also in this world. Just go to this lake in here, and here travel a little bit right, and here you can see cave where you can swim, and then you can explore it. And here is also a little tasks that you can do, and depending on your choosing there is also a little moodlet that you can have in there. And sometimes from here you get the collectibles which are from this world, which are marbles or tassels. Ciudad Enamorada. There is one rabbit hole which is here at the center of this neighborhood called Vista Hermosa. You go to this lounge in here, and at opposite of this lounge there is this little motel where you can rent a room for woohoo or rent a room just for the sleep. And also all over the world you can find these memorial statues which you can view and find a little interesting lore about the world. In Nuevo Corazon you can go any lot you want. In the center of this neighborhood you can find this Isabella's flower shop where you can buy gifts or flowers or bouquets, and of course you can then give them to your loved one. Ravenwood. At first, let's go to the Crow's Crossing. In here you can go to these ghost houses, which are basically twin houses, and there is lore about that. Also in every neighborhood is this a little town hall where you can start a will or find lore about the world. In this neighborhood, behind these two twin houses, there is this a little cave where is a little ghost who's called Edith, which have also lore and references to the Ring horror movie. You can toss a coin from there and see if your wish got granted. And each neighborhood have this crypt that you can explore and church and search and find the dark courts from there. In Whispering Glen you can go to this Gome's house, and behind it you can find this little river area where sometimes are these moon reveal parties, and here is this big head statue which you can click and discover new lore stuff. But if you go another side of the river, there is this a little island in here, and there is gravestone that you can click, and there is also lore and a little quest about one of the NPCs. Then we're having Morning Well, where you can basically go wherever you want. I go to this nightclub, and here is the bell tower which you can ring the bell, and when you do that these little ghost bodies spawn in there and you can chat with them. And here you can see the town hall once again, and behind that there is this a little area where is the Ghost Anonymous meetups, and here is the magic tree where is one NPC who has quest for you, and I have also showed this quest in my past video, so you can check that out. North Haven. First let's go to the Gammelwick, and you can actually go to this lounge in here. In here, where is this market area, go to the right, and here is a church that you can visit. After visiting you get the moodlet inspired such history from touring the church. In Iverstad you can go basically wherever you want, and here you go to this area where is lots of tile buildings, and here is the alley where you sometimes find a trashly, and there is this little trash can which you can look and find something good use or valuable to sell. And lastly, at this neighborhood there's this train station, you can click it and here you can take the train which lets you travel around the world, or you can go to the train watching, and here Sim goes and sits to the bench and just watch the trains go by. In his green. At Everdew you can go to the lounge, and at the center of the neighborhood there is this little fairy hub that you can click and visit. There you can find some lore stuff, you can research how to become fairy, you can use their bathroom, or if you are fairy you can collect the fairy dust from there. In Coast of Ardmore you can go to the center of the neighborhood, and here you can find this little fish stall or house where you can buy fish or you can sell fish, and if you have excellent or perfect quality fish you get more profit from it. At Spruce Dairy Grove you can go anywhere where you want, and here you can firstly find the bookstore where you can purchase books or you can donate books, which is really nice. Then you go to the left and here is this little garden or grocery shop where you can buy gardening and house plants, and right at the side of the bookshop there is of course Apothecary Todd's little shopping place where you can buy some ailment cures. So here are all the rabbit holes, secret areas and all in The Sims 4. Did I miss something? Let me know down in the comment. Did you know all of them? Which did surprise you? Let me know. Give a like and a sub to the channel, and I see you in the next video. Bye!